Alright, so today I've got these. I got the two bearings out of the input shaft, out of the casing, and I thought I had my camera running when I was installing this one, but it wasn't. Anyhow, these are very difficult to get out, very difficult. So I tried numerous ways to do it. What I ended up doing was, well, hang on. Let me get a bearing and show you. Let me go get one. I'll be right there. Just getting it. Okay, so there's two bearings here, one on the top and one on the bottom. And what I did, since I couldn't seem to pull them out with a 3-pound slide hammer, nothing was moving it. So what I did was I took my Dremel out and I put a grinding wheel on it. And what I did was I ground out a little section of this first one. See? And the first thing was some of the bearings came loose and I just fished them out. And then it broke the retaining ring, broke through that. And then it kind of almost cut all the way through. Now I had to be careful because I didn't want to cut all the way through. I just wanted to weaken it. So that's what it really did. Then I just took my screwdriver and I started hammering down on this piece here, figuring it would just snap, and it did. And it came out, and here's the other piece that was in there. See, that piece was right there, and so it came out all by itself. So my Dremel was very helpful there. I only used it at 10% of its rotation speed, and if you have a Dremel that has a variable speed, I only used about 10% of this of its speed. I didn't want to damage the aluminum cover. So then what I did after that, once this is a replacement. Once this one was out, which is right here, I dropped down, not that one, I dropped down one of my sockets down into the hole and put an extension on it. And what that did, so I dropped that down into the hole and tapped that bottom one out from the top. So they both came out. And I got them both out. Let's see. The bottom one came out in one piece. This is the bottom one. And that's the old one. It came out without any damage. But they were no good anyway. I mean, they're 30 years old. Anyway, so I have the new ones. Now, I thought earlier today my camera was running. I put the bottom one back in, the inside one. It's right here. And what I did with that is I kind of started it with the smaller socket, and I started to tap that in without the extension. So the way I put it in was I lined it up, and then I started tapping it in with the socket and a hammer, not a rubber mallet either. It takes a lot to get them in. They're very tight. So I got that down, and as I was approaching the flushness, I wanted to make sure it wasn't crooked, and I figured the best way to do that was to get the next size up, a socket that would not actually fit in the hole, but would stop when it got to the casing. And I figured I would just keep tapping it down until the socket was touching the casing, and that would level it off so that it wasn't crooked. And actually, as you can see, it worked out really well. That one there is in. It's perfect. And that's the first one. Now I still have the top side to do. And the top side, this one has to go in here. Now, let's see. I have a impact socket that is a better size. Let me get that. Alright, so basically this impact socket is just about the same size, but it fits down in through the hole. See, and so what I'm going to do on this one now is start it down. Now it's almost in. See, as you can see, it's almost in. And what I'll do with this in just a moment is I'll switch to the bigger socket that doesn't actually fit in the hole. So it will hit the side of the case and make it level. It will make the bearing level in the see, you can see it's almost in. It's down a little more on one side than the other. But because this will hit the case, it won't keep hitting that side. It will hit the high sides first. So that is the two bearings. I will check it further for alignment and just check it a little more for alignment, make sure it's A-OK. But like I say, the socket's touching the case, so it can't push it further than that. So all I gotta do is just go around it. That really looks nice right there. Let's go back to this side. I'll just double check this side. And that's how I got these two in there. So basically I used my Dremel and one of the small grinding wheels. Actually, I can get it to show you which one I used. Okay, so I just used my Dremel and I had this on like 10% power, right about there. I didn't want to go too fast, and I used this, and I just ground away at one side very slowly, removing pieces as they broke away until I was almost all the way through this piece here. And when I got really down to the end of it, which you can kind of see, it just ground away. I just took my screwdriver and tapped it where it was thinnest, and it split in half, and then it would just folded it amongst itself. See, it just folded in like that, and I could pull it out. That's how I got that one out. Once I had that one out, the next one on the bottom, I just used my socket, put it down through the shaft, and knocked the bottom one out. It was much easier. So all in all, these two are right level with the case. They're right level with the case. I mean, if you had a flat piece of steel bar, not a bar, but a flat piece of bar, you could lay it across the top and give it a few more taps, and that would tap down the high spots, but I think I got it with the socket. So basically that's just going to go back in there. And then I'll put the lock clip on it, and this transmission is ready to have its cover put back on. Anyway, this is a Peerless 600 series. It's a Peerless 600 series. It's a 6-speed. So anyway, that's how I did those two bearings, which were the toughest. Those were the most difficult, and a little confusion on how to get them out. Anyway, they came out nice. New ones are back in. All I got to do is put the two halves together again. The rest of the transmission, I can show you. It's all right here. rest of it's all right there. I've got that all done already. Needed new shift keys, and did that. Cleaned it all up, greased the old bentonite out of it, and so I got to refill it. And now I can put the covers back on and put it back on the frame. We'll be all set to go. Well, thanks for watching.